Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus. Wiley. Yeah, I'm not at the crib. Y'all know where I'm at if I'm doing that. I'm getting a little hyphy right now. Got a little day trip. I have to speak at a summit, and I'll tell you guys all about that. But before I tell you about that, I got to give you love, man. Thank you guys for all the love and support, you subscribers, you members out there. You know it's Friday Swag Away coming up. Somebody's going to get this book right here, Never Shut Up. That's me. That's who. And you also can get into our contest, which we have. When are we going over 100,000 followers? Because we're 5 months in and we're at 92,800 and 900, somewhere in that world. Or a lot of y'all want this jersey. I know. This thing's silky. Look at this jersey right here that keeps fading in and out. Come on, Blur, don't mess with me. All right, we got all that love. I may not be putting that up all show, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, we start off every show with what's up with that dude. Well, let me tell you what's up with that dude. Before I tell you about where I am and what I'm up to, yesterday was the ESPYS. Any of you guys check it out? Y'all watch the ESPYS? I did not. I heard it was hostless, whatever that means. That means nobody was upstage telling everybody what to do and what to laugh at, right? It was just like, all right, next award. That's what I heard. Saw LeBron get his award with his family. That was a lovely sight. And other than that, I didn't hear too much about it. But I was supposed to go to an event yesterday. As you guys know, I went to 2 events the 2 days before. A little tapped out at my age. The hat trick ain't happening as often. But it was a friend and a business associate, so that little hybrid right there, who asked me to go. And asked me to go a while back. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go for sure. And then hit me a little bit later, said, hey, can you DJ? Now, I'm going to let y'all know. When you ask me, can I DJ, you already know that answer. Yes, I can DJ. Will I DJ for you is the question. And will I DJ for you for free is what you're really trying to ask me, right? So I hit him back. I was like, dog, yeah, let me know what's up. And he was like, all right, what's the rates? I hit him with the rates. And I gave him even the homeboy discount rate. Ghost. He didn't even hit me back. I was like, damn, I must be expensive as hell. Kicker Free must be cheaper. So I was like, oh, man, that's how it go. So guess what? Since he ghosted me on the text, I ghosted his event. I'm petty as hell, dog. I wanted to go, but for real, it was just because it was the third one. It was from 2 to 6. I had to pick up my itty bitties. I had drop off, pick up, all this stuff. I had to get back to the crib, and it's hot as hell in LA. I was like, ain't no way I'm going to make it there before 6. So I didn't really ghost him, even though I felt a little of that flowing through my vein. Other than that, I'm in San Francisco at the summit. This is the Next Legacy Partners Summit right now. It's a bridge summit that brings together athletes, VCs, CEOs, philanthropists, and we're all here to talk about our work, our efforts, and to build coalition together. So it's a great human capital event put together by my man, Ryan Neese. Salute to Ryan Neese, former NFL player who's a tremendous entrepreneur and a tremendous guy in the business community. A lot of people know about him. So go have some fun up here. Maraka's up here with me as well, my 24-year-old itty bitty. So she's the managing director of Project Transition. So she's getting her work in as well. Wish us luck, wish us love, man. Now let's get into this pettiness that is going on. It's sensitive dudes dribbling the basketball right now. According to Shaquille O'Neal, who sends a strong message about sensitive NBA players, says it doesn't matter to me if they get upset. So one of the best rivalries going on in basketball is not happening on the actual basketball court, on the hardwood. Nah, it's between Shaq and Charles Barkley when they get into it. And we already know the beats of that, right? Oh, Chuck, you ain't that good. Oh, man, you always talking about how good you are, how many championships you are. Well, you can't say nothing about that, so why you talking? And they just keep going back and forth, right? I love it. Sometimes it gets a little weird because Shaq pulls out that same card and he slams it like his big 6 every single time. I'm like, damn, Chuck was an all-time great, even though he didn't win a championship. But I hear you, bow down to the champ. But then Shaq went and talked about his opinions and whether they're good or bad about the current NBA players. And he said those players have not been fond of all of what he said. So he addressed the sensitive NBA players. He says, look, you know that I've been to the mountaintop. You know that I was sitting on the mountaintop for a long time. So taking this criticism, why don't you take it as information? That's a great point. These guys, they get very, very sensitive. Oh, he doubled down on the very. But I don't take it to heart. Doesn't bother me whether they get sensitive or not. I'm out there doing my job. I'm just giving my opinion. Okay, now, it sounds like he's hiding behind doing his job, but he's not. His job is to go up there on platform with experience to talk about the current status of the NBA and its players. So that's going to come with the good and the bad. Not mad at Shaq right there. Let's continue with his comments. He said, my opinion is based on facts. The fact that you know about when it comes to winning championships, I can give you factual information. When it comes to being the best player in the league, I give you factual information. When it comes to being MVP, I give you factual information. Talk that talk, Shaq. When it comes to being a franchise player, I can give you factual information. A lot of people can't, but I can. A lot of the time, when I criticize them, they get upset. It doesn't matter to me if they get upset. I can care less if they get upset. All right, we heard you. They know, and the whole world know I have a G14 classification to talk about certain things. Wow. Now, can't lie. Everything he said was factually correct. In all seriousness, Shaq is speaking from not only experience, but process, trial, error, success, and from the fact that he had to go through that same process. He talks about how Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when he first got to the Lakers, people forget this about when Shaq first got to the Lakers. They didn't win championships. Took a few years for him to get those championships. Kareem was at his neck. Kareem was at his head saying, hey, he's good, but if he were great, he'd be winning championships. Remember that? So he said he went through the process and took his lumps as well. Why can't these sensitive players take it as well? Now, Kevin Durant chimed in on this before, and we had him say, look, them old heads need to go and enjoy retirement. These boys have coaches they work with every day, LOL. And LeBron even chimed in talking about this same subject before, saying there's a difference between constructive criticism and soft hating. Preach. I've seen it both ways come my way, mostly the hate. You can hear it in their delivery. Let's talk about the hate, because I know being on that platform, being on that stage before, and I'm not a champion, but I have the experience, it does come off as hate. That was part of the reason I was sitting there feeling a little distant from what I love most, which was just talking the game. I was feeling distant from the fans, feeling distant from the players. Some guys will eye roll you, like, damn, dog, it's all said in love. And then it reminded me, it's just like when you're parenting a child that is doing exactly what you did, whether that's school, whether that's ball. For me, my son playing football, I played football at the highest level. And sometimes I even got to check myself in how I'm talking to him, because I'm talking from experience while he is experiencing it. You get the difference? A full-fledged experience already cemented in its fullness versus somebody who's trying to fill in the blanks. Guess what they want? To experience it, not always hear you come down from a high with all this grand wisdom and how it's going to go or how it is. They're like, maybe there's a turn in this journey you didn't even foresee. Maybe I'm going to do it a little different than you. Maybe it's going to go better for me than it did for you. Maybe it's going to go worse for me, but let me experience it. I always bring people back to this example. Go to Six Flags Magic Mountain, right? You're standing in line. It's the big ride, the new one. Oh, man, I don't know what they're calling the new hydration situation, right? And you like, damn. And you get to the line, it says 3 hours wait time. And you look at your girl, you look at the kids, you're like, we going to do it. We going to put in the work because it's the one we all want to get on. So you're standing in line. And like everybody, you get tired of seeing the same damn person going across you. And then you come right back, you got to see the same damn person. And the first couple of times you make small talk. But about the fourth, fifth time, you're like, dog, I'm tired of talking to this dude. I don't even know this dude. And then they chiming in with the jokes. Their kids are swinging on the little bar. It's just getting annoying, right? And you still got 2 hours left. And then you start to turn your attention to the people getting off the ride, right? Like what they look like. Are they pumped? Do they act like this was the best ride ever? And then, you know, you see smiles. You see people like high-fiving. You see people like, damn, that was crazy. Then you see some people like just normal, like whatever. And then what if one person walked up to you and said, man, let me tell you all about that ride from beginning to end. And then after that said, I wouldn't stand in line if I were you. I wouldn't even get on it. What would you do? I know what I would do. First of all, I wouldn't even be listening to him in the fullness. I'd be like, yeah, okay. I'm still standing in line. Second of all, I would never, ever think about hijacking my experience, hijacking my opportunity from based on what you said in fullness. I think there's some parallels there, right? That's how these kids, these youngsters, the next generation hear us. And we come off like that. But it was all done, all said, me talking to MJ in love. Ain't that crazy how the game goes? So are today's NBA players too sensitive? That's a question for you guys. Also, do you think analysts like Shaq, Barkley, whoever it may be, are hating more in their comments than giving constructive criticism? Are they hating, soft hating, as LeBron said it, or are they really saying it with love? Coming up next on Never Shut Up, Stephen A. Smith said he witnessed JJ-Redick and Kendrick Perkins not show so much love to each other. And that race debate went too far. Let's talk about that next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy, Marcellus, Wiley. Thank y'all for the love, man. Y'all know we got that Friday swag away. I'm going to give y'all my book. I ain't putting it up. It got all blurry last time I did it. You know, my Zoom, the way my Wi-Fi works where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? But thank you guys for the love, man. And Friday swag away, one of you members is going to win best-selling book, Never Shut Up. Somebody's going to win also a jersey, signed AFL jersey of the San Diego Chargers, Marcellus Wiley, defensive end, or some playing cards, or all of the above. You know how it goes. All you have to do is guess the exact day and time. We go over 100,000 followers because we are about to go over that very, 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 very soon. All right, y'all. Let's get into this topic right here. Interesting. Stephen A. Smith admits that JJ-Redick and the Kendrick Perkins race debate, that went too far, dog. Chill. Habitual line steps in that argument right there. All right, so we all know that First Take, they embrace some debate. They don't give a damn. Let's talk that talk, right? And we can light the fire on that, and that's what it's supposed to be. But even Stephen A. Smith acknowledged that some segments, some can go too far. He was asked about it on Bill Simmons' podcast about the on-air blow-up between Kendrick Perkins and JJ-Redick. And during the NBA season, Perkins alleged that the NBA MVP voters are actually racially biased against the league's black players. A claim that later sparked a heated debate with JJ-Redick. Now, I didn't think that was based in many of the facts of reality, as Shaq said, factual information. Man, like racially biased against black players, and all these black players are winning the MVP. That's a weird way to show your racism or your bias, but I digress. So let's get some quotes in here from Stephen A. Smith, who said, first of all, it can go too far. Secondly, in that particular show, it did go too far. Preach. I thought both of them were wrong to a degree in terms of how far it went. Everybody I brought on this show, this is what I demand from them. Be your true, authentic self. Don't come on here with no phony shit. Don't have me or our audience looking at you and thinking you're faking something or you're saying something for just effect. You need to feel it. Here's where it gets tricky, though. What happens is sometimes in the heat of a debate, you're saying something, and then you catch yourself. You're like, oh, shit, what did I just say? He ain't lying there. Like, anybody ever got into an argument? I used to always look at people like, man, you know what you said, and you meant it. And I think you still mean it, but you didn't mean to say it. There's a huge difference between I meant it and I meant to say it, right? Because you want to protect the other person. Let me give you one of these things I learned in counseling. Never argue with somebody that you really, truly, deeply love to the point of no return. Why? Because if you win that argument going forward, you will be talking to a loser. Now, it's not that literal, but think about it figuratively. Like, wow, I shouldn't try to have an argument with my wife. I shouldn't try to have this argument with my boy, who I love, who I know we're going to end up forgiving ourselves. I hope we're going to forgive each other. And I shouldn't try to win it to that degree. Why? Because then they're going to feel like a loser, especially in romantic, intimate relationships, but all relationships in general. Just say your points. Let them say their points. Go at it. Let's talk. All right, dog. Nobody had to win it. There are different ways up that mountaintop. All right. So he continued talking about it. He said, what I didn't know was the fury. At least it appeared to be fury to me that JJ Redick was feeling over the subject. When he came on one hand, I understood how or why he felt the way he felt because of what Perk had said. On the other hand, I was saying to JJ, this is your colleague on the show. If you feel that way, did you have to come at him like that? Because it did get uncomfortable. Now, JJ and Kendrick made it appear like it was about them. And that's when I knew it was bad. And I stepped in. But it was uncomfortable. Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about when it gets to that point. Now, this goes both ways. Let me talk about this situation of you don't want to scorch the earth with your boy, right? Your colleague. You don't. And it's obvious why you don't want to, because you got to continue to work with that guy. Maybe this happens in the A block, right? And you go to commercial break, y'all huffing and puffing. Can't stand this dude. Well, you know, I made my point. He lost. And then other guys saying, you know, Kendrick saying he lost. And everybody huffing and puffing. You're on commercial break. Nobody's saying nothing. Everybody acting like they reading their notes. I've been there before. Everybody acting like they got notes to read. Man, fool, you know you ain't reading them notes. You just don't want to get no eye contact in. All right. And then soon they hear the break is over, look straight up, don't even look at you. All right, we've been there before. Here's the flip side, though. That's why that side is wrong, but still necessary. Because this other side sometimes is no better. When you got to take care of your boy, when you got to look out for somebody, you got to make sure he don't look too bad. When you sitting there like, I don't agree with this BS, and I done told him 10 times. And now, just to save face of the show, or to keep the flow going, or so he won't look at his notes all damn break, I'm going to be nicer to him than I should be. I can't lie to y'all. That one happened to me more than the Kendrick, JJ Redick one. I don't remember too many times, one hand maybe, that I got hot 100 with a guy to the point I was going to scorch the earth with him. Now I'm going to speak, and I'm going to speak with some foundation and some strength and some backbone. But I ain't trying to win them arguments like that. Here's the flip, though. I got tired of cats trying to win the argument on me. And I'm like, dog, let me play nice, you know, in that team aspect. And I think that's something that we suffer from in the sports media industry. It's like you see a lot of teamwork going on. You see guys nod when they already disagree with it, but they nod like, yeah, okay. And you're like, so what point is the point, right? So it goes both ways in that respect. And sometimes holding somebody's hand just to make sure the show goes on, as Stephen A. Smith is talking about, doesn't really serve the conversation to its fullest, to its best. Doesn't really get you to the point where you can needle and understand exactly what is going on. But the alternative is you go on the other side and you're like, dog, I told you what this is. And somebody else is trying to hijack that or resist that, you're going to have a ton of problems. So y'all think that Perk and JJ debate went too far? All racial and stuff got too uncomfortable? How'd y'all feel about that? You know, I don't want to rehash no old feelings or pick up no old scabs, but he brought it up, so I got to respond, right? Or is that type of conversation exactly what people on TV need to have and exactly what we want to see more of? Let me know in those comments. Well, coming up next on Never Shut Up, Jon Gruden. Oh, my God. He wants the ultimate revenge on the NFL. Yeah, I want to burn that down. He said he want to burn it down. We're going to talk about that next. Never Shut Up, Free TV, Reach TV. Damn, he hot 100. I ain't mad at him either. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy, Marcellus Wiley. Thanking you for the love. Friday Swagger Way, you already know. Get that best-selling book, Never Shut Up. Or you can be a part of the contest. Guess when we going over 100K? You know what that is. 100K subscribers in 5 months, man. We out here rolling. Picture me rolling. Y'all know what that is. That's too easy. All right. Y'all got to get some of those playing cards or that AFL jersey for the now defunct San Diego Chargers. All right, let's get into this story. And I'm going to read this story. I'm going to be a little more literal than normal because I can't mess this up. This is a good-ass story. Damn, it's good. Jon Gruden wants the ultimate revenge on the NFL. He wants to burn it down. And how the leak of Jon Gruden's emails led to the fall of the Commanders owner, Dan Snyder. Boom. October 2021. Several emails sent by then Las Vegas Raiders head coach Jon Gruden, including one that referred to NFLPA executive DeMaurice Smith by a racial trope, were published via the Wall Street Journal. Gruden was eventually relieved of his duties by the Raiders, but is seeking some form of justice because of those leaked emails. Now, he said it was an unfair breach of privacy. Kind of agree there. Let's talk. All right, so Gruden has insisted the league office leaked his emails. Ooh, they in on it, huh? And a month after his departure, filed a lawsuit against Goodell and the NFL. Case is now in the Nevada Supreme Court based on an appeal by the league itself. Gruden has won his case at several court levels so far. Follow me, y'all. For the league to exist, it has to be neutral, says his attorney. If it favors or disfavors owners, teams, or coaches, then all bets are off with respect to civil liability. The antitrust protection and competitive integrity. The league was not neutral or fair with Jon, and our lawsuit has proven there are consequences. Gruden believes Goodell in particular had an issue with him personally and used the emails as a chance to force him out of Vegas and the NFL altogether. God dog. None of that handshake that everybody else get on that draft day. Goodness. Goodell to this point has refuted those claims, yet Gruden isn't buying it, insisting that Goodell was a culprit and vying to burn the house down. All right, so Raiders owner Mark Davis found the story's timing suspicious. Why were emails coming out now? Who leaked those emails? Who had the most to gain from those emails? He said, quote, unquote, it felt like a setup. He would tell an associate, right? So Davis knew Gruden will be crass and profane. We all seen that side of Chucky, right? But in a relationship that is longer than 2 decades, he said he had no reason to believe that Jon Gruden was racist. That ain't no cover for somebody that is racist or not. Like, I know him so well. Everybody does something behind closed doors. So the statements and questions incense Davis. He believed the league office had no purview to pressure an owner to fire a head coach. Regardless of the circumstances. Wow, there's more emails coming, quote unquote, Goodell told Davis. Something has to be done. And then Davis was like, motherfucker. In exasperation when that call ended. He had to talk to Goodell. Goodell was like, hey, bro, you got to get rid of my man, basically, because there's more to it. Let's talk about that. All right, so what angered Davis more than anything, he later said, was being surprised by the emails months after Goodell and other owners, including Snyder, knew about them. Seemed to Davis as if he and the Raiders were collateral damage in what he saw as Goodell's year-long effort to protect Dan Snyder of all owners at all costs. So Davis said, F the NFL and F Dan Snyder. I don't need to be cursing, do I? Sources, including one in ownership, said that the NFL executives approved the release of some emails. I'm going to say that again. They approved, some of the owners, the release of some of those emails. Wonder if it was Jon Gruden's. That's the smoking gun. 4 owners said they believe Goodell was personally involved. God dang. And an associate with direct knowledge said that the NFLPA chief DeMaurice Smith bragged that he was responsible for leaking the racist email referring to him. The leaked email was published on the same day that DeMaurice Smith faced a union vote to retain his job. You can't make this story up. This is going to be a movie. They're going to bring Ballers back for one more series just for this episode right here. So sources said Snyder, who was serving a punishment after a league investigation, had exposed the toxic workplace culture at the team. Hoped the emails would deflect blame for workplace issues to Washington GM Bruce Allen, while currying favor with Goodell by giving the commissioner a chance to eliminate Gruden. Y'all catch that? A long-time antagonist, right? So, all right, we're going to protect you, my man Bruce Allen, give some cover for Dan Snyder, and we're going to go get Jon Gruden, who supposedly Goodell doesn't like. Well, multiple people paid the price for that. That didn't work out and still can going forward for a series of leaks that continue to threaten the NFL in the courts. And no one suffered a greater blowback than Dan Snyder himself. He was free and clear that October, just had to wait out the suspension and let everything blow over. A major miscalculation, because without the leaks, he might have survived. If they didn't leak it, they had to go to court, they would have survived. Then Dan Snyder might still be the owner. However, instead, they had a congressional inquiry, and that would lead to a federal criminal investigation into alleged financial misconduct by Snyder and the team. NFL owners were finally all but forced Snyder to sell his team, right? And his beloved franchise, even despite his threats that he had dirt on them, all the fellow owners and Goodell, and that he will, quote unquote, blow up the league. Damn. So what do y'all believe? I tell you what I believe. I'm like KG. Anything is possible. Golly. This is a firestorm here. What does power corrupts? And absolute power absolutely corrupts? Man, let me just tell you from my vantage point what I see from this. I see that Chucky was in the wrong when he was writing in them emails. Not only because he was putting in the record, but because he was so abrasive and so damn crazy with it. Like, he didn't care at all. Like, he just put that out there on blast. Like, you can't write no emails like that saying that about DeMaurice Smith and stuff. Maybe you're saying it in confidence because you think you guys on the same side, but with record, that will divide those same sides. That's for y'all with text messaging, emails, anything. If you, oh, man, I can't stand him that you work. I can't stand Brad. Yeah, me either. And you all work with Brad. Let somebody find out you can't stand Brad. That person don't know you no more, and they got the email to prove that you said you can't stand him. And they're going to be like, oh, Brad, cool with me. I've seen it play out. I've seen it happen too many times. So in this situation, I think Chucky is wrong for that, just being silly and stupid for emailing it. And on top of that, man, you can't be that damn cocky, like, and crazy to put it on record. Now, Dan Snyder sitting back just hoping that he gets protected through all of this. Now, don't start saying you got all the ammo now when you weren't going to use any of that ammo, because now the sincerity, it doesn't come out as genuine. Very disingenuous to say I'll blow up the league now after you didn't get protected, even though that is human nature. Okay. Other than that, Mark Davis is just sitting there like, bruh, how they going to know about all this? And all the owners know, or at least many of them, and I'm one of the owners, and I'm not privy to it, but I got to suffer the most in collateral damage from it. So Mark Davis gets the wrong end of this stick because he's like, y'all know, and I'm on your level, but y'all don't tell me. And then y'all force me basically to get rid of my head coach, a damn good head coach at that. All bad all around. So all I got to say about this story is it's not over. To be continued, ellipsis. So who do you think leaked the Gruden emails, right? Think it was Goodell, as Gruden says? You think the NFL was protecting Dan Snyder and that the Raiders were collateral damage? As Mark Davis seemed to believe, did the NFL shoot themselves in the foot? Because there's some more shots to be fired, trust me, on this one, when they leaked the emails to the feds and about Dan Snyder. Do you think he really is going to blow up the NFL? Looking in the comments for all of this. Y'all just discussed this. Let's go back and forth from this next level story. Coming up next on Never Shut Up. Oh, man, best time of the day. It's Wiley World time. Time to funk up some comments. Talk to Mikey P, maybe a Hall of Famer up in here. Drop a Wileyism on y'all. Let's have some fun in here. Next on Never Shut Up, Brings TV and Reese TV. Yang, 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 yang. Yang, 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 yang. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus, Wiley. Feeling all that love y'all got for your boy. Friday Swagaway is going to happen. Best-selling book, Never Shut Up, for that lucky member. Also, when we going over 100K, okay, we're going to do that as well. We're going to hook you guys up with some playing cards or AFL San Diego Chargers jersey. Right now, we're going to funk up some comments right now. Let's talk about Deebo Samuel when he hung up. And Zach and the rest of the mainstream network sports media personalities need to respect their guests' right to change the subject, because they're doing you a solid for even sitting down with you and giving insight on team business as well as their personal life. My advice to athletes is, unless it's contractual, don't give these networks the time of day. Come to YouTube, give the amateur channels a chance. What you mean amateurs? Oh, man, he's talking about the Jay-Z model. Jay-Z, man, good luck getting you an interview with Jay-Z. Jay-Z, what was the lyrics he said? Y'all hit me with the lyrics. You know I'm horrible with lyrics, but he basically like, I ain't going to be on your cover to help you sell magazines, and y'all ain't paid me to be on the cover, which is kind of true, right? But he also doesn't like YouTube as well. I saw a clip of him saying they don't pay him enough. I was like, they pay a lot, though. So here's another one. Go Birds. Deebo is a sucker. Oh, calm down. So are the rest of 40 whiners. Oh, we got a fan over here. You lost. Take your loss like a nan. Not even a man, a nan. Crying ass babies, be a professional. Y'all didn't protect your quarterback, and he got rocked. Now, that's some football talk. That's ball. Stop being butthurt. Y'all took an L. If Hurts got injured, the 215 would have kept it moving in a W or an L. He a sucker. Go Birds. 215. All right, I get it. He ain't lying. At a certain point, you do got to stop talking about it. But when's that point? Like, someone wants you to explain the game, because as soon as you're done, before you even dry off with a towel, somebody's sticking a microphone in your face. Tell me what happened. So you explain it. Now, it's a lot of emotions in that moment, a lot of emotional content. So you might explain it like, yeah, they beat us. Good job. Congrats. Hope they win the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. But to explain what happened, basically, our whole game plan got hijacked because our quarterback got hurt. Now, are you whining or are you explaining it? Now, a week later, somebody asks you. You kind of calm down. But still, they ask you what happened. Yeah, man, we shouldn't have done this and that. Oh, yeah, we should have ran the ball a little better, whatever. Oh, yeah, our quarterback got hurt. You whining now? Like, when is it called whining when you keep explaining it the same damn reason, same damn way? So I get a little what Deebo's doing. Let's get the Sauce and Revis versus Asante Samuel. I like Asante, but he wasn't no Revis. He ain't call it Revis. We ain't call it Revis Island for no reason. But yes, he's a Hall of Famer, just not on Revis level. All right. They better put some respect on Asante. Damn right. Put some respect on Asante Samuel's name. 2 chips, and Buddy would send Peyton Manning home scoring touchdowns off interceptions. New York media and nicknames don't make you the best. As Jerry Rice said, stats and rings, player. I will say this about Asante. That sucker there will pick that ball off. That sucker there pick 6 you all day. He was a beast to me. A lot of people don't give him the love he deserves. And that DNA strong. You got a boy in the league. Y'all better stop playing with that boy. All right, let's go to Megan Rapinoe right now. Somebody said I'm saying her name wrong. If I am, okay, correct me later. Slams Dave Chappelle and Sage Steele. I love Rapinoe as a player. Sinclair and her are my favorite all-time players. But she's wrong on this one. If we cannot discuss difficult topics and have disparate points of view without invoking violence, then the reality is that a meteor needs to hit this planet and end the human race, period. Well, it needs to hit this planet because you cannot have people are scared to even have the conversation. Basically, that's the starting point. If someone takes one step past that, they may be the one who's not going to say what they really feel because they're scared of reaction. They're getting bullied. So they're coming out the house, but they shook. And then they say something that is just pandering. It's silly out there in these streets. So where that meteor at? Because it's already going down. All right, a 15-year-old boys team beat the World Cup winning U.S. women's team. Everyone keeps saying that. It must have happened. Let a European win with a couple trans women. They will scream how unfair it is. Facts, facts, facts right there. I just don't understand this argument. And please do not call anybody phobic, transphobic, anything who disagrees with you, okay? Don't say they're invoking violence. Dave Chappelle tells jokes about everybody, everything. That is not invoking violence. When he talks about me, he talks about a football player. He ain't invoking violence on a football player, so we need to stop conflating the two. All right, y'all. Y'all know what we do now. It's time to talk to a Hall of Famer. So we have many Hall of Famers, but only 2 want to step up into his football season, I guess. Rest of y'all scared, like we were having that Megan Rapinoe conversation. So let's bring in our Hall of Famer. Who we got right here? Who that is? Who that is? Where my Vanna White? Adrian!
What's up, Marcellus? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, brother. I'm in San Fran, man, doing the damn fizzle, homie. What it do? Yeah, that's how they do it.
Okay. So the preseason coming up in football, right?
Yeah.
So can you break down what do the players who already have a roster spot and a starting job, how do they prepare in a preseason as compared to players who are fighting for their positions and their roster spots?
That's a great point. Great questions. Look, when you go into camp and you already know you the dude, you already got job security, you chilling. Like, it's just not chilling in terms you ain't gonna put in work. You're chilling in terms of there's no pressure with camp. Camp is pressure filled. Cats be out there losing their damn minds. Dudes who were the man in college as a senior now will come to the NFL and be in training camp because they're a 4th round pick. You know, and they were the man at Alabama, and now they're a 4th rounder. You can get anything after the 3rd round, you can get cut. So they like, and all of a sudden they forget how to run a route, run a slant route. They run the out route. You be like, God dang, dog, you okay? And then all of a sudden start seeing that. They see that vet. You know, they on the team, and guess who in front of them? Justin Jefferson. And they're like, God dang, I think Justin Jefferson 3 years older than you, fool. You better calm down, stop being so nervous. And it's just funny because it gets to you, the pressure. That's why with Victor Wembanyama, his first game, I was laughing when people say, oh, he ain't going to be that good. I was like, do you know the pressure of just getting into the next level first day? It's a whole different animal. So when you're a vet, you're just chilling with that pressure. You're just trying to get your work in. Now, you're also trying to sharpen your sword in preseason games, but at the same time, hey, coach, chill out now. This don't count. I give you something that Bruce Smith used to always say, because one day in practice, he was standing up. And then Marv Levy told him to sit down. And he was like, why? And he was like, what do you do in the game when you're not in? He was like, oh, sit down. So then you fast forward. We have another coach. I think it was Wade Phillips, and we working a little harder. And Bruce was sitting down, chilling. And then Wade wanted Bruce to go in and do something in practice. Bruce said, hey, Wade, we got one game a week. Tell me what day you want it, Wednesday, Thursday, or Sunday. And we were like, damn, that's what we talking about. So you got to build up to it when you're a vet. When you're a rookie, act like you've been there before, because you actually have.
And also, speaking of preparation and going back to something, also back to school shopping and back to school preparation is coming up. So tell me your best back to school story, whether it's as a parent or when you were a kid.
Oh, that's so good, man. We on wreck back to school shopping now. I think Amazon and Target done killed that. Like, my kids, it's no build up to like September 1st, first day of school. I mean, we do that with pictures, and we do that like with their milestones. We write this big old chart up, take a picture with it every single year. But in terms of the clothes and back to school shopping, man, stop. They got everything they need in droves way before September 1st. Not me growing up. That was a buildup. Like, you go struggling through the summer, tear up all your clothes, playing outside, got some tough skins on, and then you show up September 1st. Mama done bought me some brand new cross cords. Y'all remember them? Some brand new 501 Levi's. My favorite moment growing up was when I finally looked fresh the first day of school. First day I ever looked this fresh. I had a silk shirt. I had a herringbone. And I had on some cross cords, burgundy. And I had on some Cortez. Now, that's some LA gang attire. I can't lie. It's just straight gangster, but I try to keep it as neutral. Plus, I was a nerd. Nobody thought I was banging. But that was the first day. I think it was my 8th grade year that I showed up, and I was like, what? I'm going to hurt them. I didn't listen to one lesson. I didn't talk to one teacher. All I was looking at was the crease from them cross cords, and I had starched them up extra tough, prison style. Them suckers looked amazing. And after that, I fell back right into my trapper tough skins looking a mess. But that was the only memory I had of really going back to school.
Did you ever have the back to school attire where you have like the back to school fit on the day where you go get your schedule? right before school starts, you get your schedule. Usually there's like a little back to school fit you show off that day before you do it on Monday, where you do another fit. Do you have to wait a whole another week before you can wear that preschool fit?
Hell yeah. All day I had a mannequin. My living room couch was the mannequin. Had that thing laid out the day before. Don't touch it. That sucker sitting there like Deion Sanders in the locker room, just bowled up, ready to go hurt him. Not a single girl thought I was cute either, because I was back in the days when they didn't like dark dudes that much until Michael Jordan and Wesley Snipes hit the scene. Before then, I was African booty scratch. I was like, God dang, what's that? I ain't been African. But then when Jordan hit the scene, Big Daddy Kane, Wesley Snipes, oh, I got super sexy, super fast overnight.
Okay. You got me on that, man.
Yeah, you didn't get that sexy moment. You didn't get that. Yes, you did. Stop playing with me. You got another question, Adrian? Or get your sexy ass up off this. I love you.
I'm dark too. I never had that experience.
Oh, man, don't make me sad up in here right now. You didn't go to the right schools. That's all that is, because I know where I'm from. Golly, it went night and day. And I mean literally, I went from night to day. They were loving me, man. It was trying to fight them off with a bat after a while. Once Jordan hit the scene, because I was skinny and tall, bald-headed, if you squinted and was 26 yards away, you think it was Jordan coming at you, man. So that was my life, man, growing up. I went from rags to riches. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Adrian. You coming on tomorrow or the next day? If you come on the next day after that, I ain't going to be here, Adrian. It's Saturday. I appreciate you, big dog. Let's bring on Mikey P, who I'm sure is going to have one of his back-to-school T-shirts. Mikey P got a collection of them fresh T-shirts. So let's see what he back to the camera T-shirt. Yep, told y'all. I don't know what that says. Innocent?
It says in moment, actually. Living in the moment. All right.
Love it. Love it. What it do in this moment? What's up?
That hydration situation green is looking fresh, my guy. Looking fresh. All right.
Fresh. Yes. I love it too, man. Y'all can get it. MarcellusWileyShop.com. Get yours. What did it do?
Yes, sir. All right. So last night, ESPYs, like you said, LeBron made a huge announcement, okay? I'm going to read the quote to you. The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done. ... Lucky for you guys, that day's not today. Bang! All right? He had the world fooled for a second there. They were hanging on that. It sounded like he might have been announcing his retirement, but he did not. So LeBron's back for season 21. Are you surprised? And how far are the Lakers, or the Fakers, as you would say, how far are they going this year?
That was one of the worst setups ever by LeBron James in terms of trying to fake us to believe he was retiring. Like, there was not even when he was saying it after the Denver series, I didn't believe 1 ounce of what he was talking about. There's no way he was retiring. So when he said it last night, I was like, this is almost like you set this up for this to fail, or you set this up for you threw your own birthday party, it felt like. I was like, whatever. All right, so good. Now, how good are the Lakers? Well, they closed the gap between them and Denver. Same time, there's still a gap. They got swept by Denver. So that gap closing means what? You may get a game or two in there. We'll see if the champions come back fat and full or hungry, ready for another one. Injuries obviously matter. If Anthony Davis stays healthy, LeBron stays ageless, they could do something. They're going to be squad, man. Don't get it twisted, y'all, when I love my Clippers that I hate these Lakers. I never hate the Lakers. I just joke on the Lakers because they're like the big brothers in the city that no one says anything bad about, but since they're your brother, you know everything bad about them. You know, that's me. Like, I'm a Clipper fan, and I know where the bodies are buried with the Lakers. I know the warts. And so I just clown them. That's all. It's like how you tease your brother. Every girl think your brother cute. You're like, man, that fool ain't cute. And that's all I feel with our relationship. So I think they're going to go far. Hopefully not farther than us. And hopefully we get to play them in the playoffs. That seems like the only team we really could beat that's really that damn good.
Yeah, I mean, if the Clippers played the Lakers in every series, they'd be champions. So
it'd be a wrap. It'd be a wrap. Say it again. Say it twice. God dang it.
Oh, man. Dude. I'm gonna say for the record, probably a second round exit. I don't think they're getting to the conference finals this year. There's too many ifs from me right now. There's too many.
I'm not a fan of that. That's too safe. We can't do that right here. All right. So do you know who Kevin Samuel Rest in peace is. You ever heard of him, Kevin Samuel? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
He used to. Yeah. Well, you probably know. He used to say to girls, rate yourself 1 to 10, and you can't use 7 because it's a safe answer. Second round exit is the 7 of rating yourself and what a team's fortune is. So, because no one, they're going to get swept in the first round or they're going to leave in the first round. You can't say second round. Are they conference championship level or beyond, or are they going to be out in the first round?
Oh, man. I mean, they're good enough to be in the conference championship.
Okay.
Look, I'm a Sixers fan, so I'm used to a second round exit, so I would know best, right?
Great point. And ladies, stop being offended when somebody asks you rate yourself. It was nothing worse than somebody who don't even care about self-awareness. Don't mean you're right, don't mean you're wrong. Just rate yourself. I used to play that game all the time. I used to rate myself. I'll tell you that story another time. It's hilarious. What else, Mikey P?
All right, so last, we're going to end it with some NFL trivia today, okay?
Oh,
so
yes.
We all know that dude made a living. He made bank sacking quarterbacks in the league, all right? So here's the question. In the last 3 seasons, name the player with the most sacks lined up as a defensive tackle. I'll give you 3 guesses, and there's a chance you might not get it.
Damn. All right, let me start with Captain Obvious. I don't know this answer, so this is going to be bad. Aaron Donald.
Nope. He's not even top 4. That's the craziest part, but go ahead.
Oh, so that means he's 5th. I love when people say that.
Probably, honestly.
God, name me 2 other tackles that's getting sacks. Woo. All right, I'm out. Just for the sake of this show and boredom, because I just don't have another tackle in mind that qualifies. Who you got?
So, I thought you might guess Chris Jones or Cam Hayward's been around forever. But Chris it's Jones neither of them. It's not Javon Hargrave either. The answer is the Jets' Quinnen Williams with 25 sacks in the last 3 seasons from the defensive tackle position. Now, here's the reason for this question, okay? Breaking news! It just happened. Quinnen Williams and the Jets finally agreed on a contract extension. Yes, it's Mikey Schefter over here, all right? 4 years, $96 million, 66 guaranteed. Woo!
Yeah,
he got paid. All right. So This ends an epic Jets streak. Prior to his deal, no Jets players selected in the first round from 2012 to 2018 signed second contracts with the team.
Boring.
It's crazy. All right. So is it a good move by the Jets? And is Quinnen Williams underrated? Surprising, right? He's in a New York market. Didn't we just talk about this?
Yeah, he ain't underrated. People know him, but people just don't talk about him. That's another thing. People got to stop confusing rating with popularity. Cats be knowing who could ball, but they be like, yo, you ain't getting no shine. That doesn't mean you're not rated properly. I guess for fans, they're like, we're the rating. But on that field, you know who it is. Fred Taylor wasn't so popular. He was rated high, though. We were like, God dang, Fred Taylor a beast. Good for him, man. Damn, 3 years? Did he have 3 years, 25 sacks? To get that money the last 3 years?
25 sacks the last 3 years from the defensive tackle position. So,
man, that's getting it in, brother. Dang, yeah, get that money, brother. I appreciate him getting that money so now somebody else can get even more.
Here's my theory, too, because the Jets are rumored to be the team that got picked for Hard Knocks. Damn well they didn't want to deal with that. Yeah.
They're officially
sources confirmed, Adam Schefter, whatever. Anyway, they wanted to get that distraction out of the way before the cameras are rolling. So good on them.
Yeah. No more storylines, no more drama turning into real house husbands of New York Jets. Be out there just beefing all damn day, mad at it. Sweet. Yeah, I'm like most fans. Yeah, good for you. Defensive tackle got paid. What else going on in football? Nobody give a damn. I am a true fan right now. That is too pure of X and O football for me, but I'm glad he got paid so somebody else get paid. What else you got, Mikey P?
We're almost there, man. Hang on. We're almost there. It's almost August. Anyway, that's all I got. So please let me Vanna White myself off. Oh, this way. Woo!
The other way. Get your hand out of here. All right. He over here making me jealous of these young dudes getting all that money. That's my dog. I love it. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we finish every show. We finish it with a Wileyism. Yeah. You are never persuasive when you're abrasive. What? Now, when I first felt this one and had it jotted down and saw it, I was like, never, ever, 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 ever. But then I started to realize, the never isn't so absolute as much as it's trying to tell you it's going to make it more difficult. Let's talk through this process. The human body, right? Whenever it feels shock, whenever it feels trauma, whenever it feels attacked, it shuts down. So when you're abrasive with somebody, when you coming at somebody real tough, real hot 100, they shut down. They start defending themselves, or they start cocooning, right? And when you cocoon, you just get that turtle, put that head in that shell. Let me know when it's safe to come back out. Then I'm going to listen. Then I'm going to engage. Then you're going to have me, right? So it's interesting because I am guilty of this all the time. I am very abrasive, but I actually enjoy it. You know why? Because everyone else to me is too damn smooth, like too damn indirect. It happened to me this morning. My son, Tooth Fairy, he lost 2 teeth the other day, back to back. So I made up this story that the Tooth Fairy gonna take longer just because you lost more than 1 tooth, and she gonna hook you up extra tough. And he was like, okay, he bought into it, but then it backfired. 2 nights ago, he woke up early in the middle of the night. Daddy, the Tooth Fairy not here. I'm like, it's 3 a.m. Tooth Fairy ain't up yet. The Tooth Fairy ain't traveling. It ain't got the airplane gas up yet. Tooth Fairy is gonna come. And plus, remember, you're getting more. Next day, last night, this morning, I'm on the way to the airport almost. Here he get up again. Daddy, Tooth Fairy. I was like, man, look. And then I said, did you even check? He's like, yeah, I checked. It wasn't there, but he didn't catch it. I actually put it in there. Don't tell me I'm the Tooth Fairy, y'all. So anyway, he goes in there and sees, and he got 5 Beyblades. He only supposed to get 2. He got 5. You know what this boy said to me literally after doing that and so excited and screaming and stuff? I was like, quiet, your sister's asleep. Guess what he said? Well, Dad, can I see all the rest of the Beyblades that you bought, that you got this from? Can I see the box so I can play with them? So then I'm like, you ungrateful little dude. 1, 2, I ain't the Tooth Fairy, but damn, I am. And then I had to hold it back because I was like, I'm usually very direct. And that could be abrasive. Like, it's weird that direct is abrasive in this world today, where indirect to me is soft. Like, I hate when people dance around what they got to say. So I am very guilty of this. But for you, my advice is this. Try to find a way to be direct without being abrasive. That is my goal. Hopefully, I never attain it because I don't want to. But hopefully you can as well, right? So anytime you come home, you're hot 100, you got something going on in your life, just remember, if you really want them with you, to be on their side with the argument, even though you're making your points from the other side. And you are never persuasive when you are abrasive. All right, that'll do it for today's episode. Never shut up. Now, let me go to this panel and speak. I'm on a panel with a dude that has a company, a cargo company, that is worth $4 billion. What am I going to say after him? I'm going to tell him how I ship this out every day to y'all, man. Much love to you guys. Appreciate everything and all the support.